In this program, we look at Make Ready in two aspects. Firstly, those tasks involving setting the press up for a print, and then the particular tasks that occur every time a printed job has to be prepared on the press. Okay, let's set the press up for printing. Where will we start? Why not start with the printing cylinders? And the first cylinder we'll look at is the blanket cylinder, the one that transfers the print from the plate to the paper. It's useful to look at the cross-section of the blanket cylinder. See the way that the rubber blanket and packing is intended to fill the undercut of the cylinder. On the GTO, the undercut is 3 millimeters, so this becomes the necessary thickness as you pack the blanket. However, should you be using a compressible blanket, you need to overpack by 0.05 of a millimeter to get a good transfer of print. You can't really achieve the accuracy so vital to correct printing pressure without using a micrometer. Here, a special calibrated packing sheet is used and checked with the micrometer. If you are more than 0.02 of a millimeter out between plate and blanket in either direction, then you may develop printing problems. This effect here is what we must achieve. Now let's see how we prepare the blanket for the press. Using a flat bench, ensure that the grain direction of the blanket, indicated by these lines, will lie around the blanket cylinder and not across it. Otherwise the blanket will keep stretching as you try to tighten it. Metal clamping bars are attached to the blanket. Don't be tempted to clamp the packing in with the blanket at this stage. You'll only create problems. Note that the clamping starts at the center and that several tightening sequences occur. If an underblanket is used, allow it to trail at the tail edge. Let's now fit it to the press. First, fold the front edge of the packing over, about 12 millimeters, and tuck it over the leading edge of the blanket cylinder face. Place the front clamping bar and blanket into the mounting shaft, press the bar against the spring-loaded retainer hooks, and then push the bar down until it clicks in and seats correctly. Hold the back clamping bar and turn the press around to the rear mounting shaft. Push the clamping bar against the spring-loaded retainer hooks and click under the lip. Secure the clamping bar firmly with one hand and tighten the tension reel with the T-bar in the other hand. Tighten firmly. Turn the press around to the front edge and tighten the front mounting shaft. At correct tension, when you flick the blanket with the finger in the area between the bar and the cylinder face, you should hear a slight popping sound. Don't forget the blanket guard. The impression cylinder of the GTO is fitted with a jacket so that numbering and perforating can be done. When the jacket becomes too badly marked, it can be replaced by a new one. Jacket thickness is 0.3 of a millimetre. When fitting the jacket, it's wise to begin by placing corrosion inhibitor on the cylinder face so that moisture can't enter between the jacket and cylinder face. The back edge of the jacket must have a clamping bar attached whilst off the press, as does the blanket. Insert the front edge of the jacket tighten the centre bolts behind this gear just enough to hold. Move the press around until the back clamp on the jacket can be snapped into its mounting shaft. Note the similarity to fitting the blanket. Gently turn the press so that the gripper clamp is accessible again. Ensure that the jacket is completely inserted and snug, and tighten the 6 bolts completely. Finally, apply tension to the tail mounting shaft so that the entire jacket fits snugly against the impression cylinder face. The step-by-step roller installation can be obtained from your manual, but here we'll show you a general method for setting rollers so that the pressures are correct. Let's look at the roller-to-roller setting, the setting applied whenever one roller runs against another. When the roller is fitted, 2 strips of paper are inserted, one at each end. Adjust the rubber roller towards or away from the oscillator using the small adjustment screw. It's the one without the white painted ring. Here, we can see the roller setting moving under adjustment. Correct roller-to-roller pressure is attained when the 2 paper strips can be drawn out smoothly, but with a degree of resistance that's equal on both strips. When you're convinced that pressure is equal and adequate at both ends, then grasp the rubber roller. You should be able to turn the rubber roller against the oscillator without any great effort. Don't set it any harder.